Good morning, good Sunday morning, and happy Father's Day to everyone. For all of you who are out there celebrating either virtually or in person with your loved ones this Sunday morning, I just hope that you're having a great time getting to spend time with them, or even just lighting a candle and celebrating those fathers and stepfathers and foster dads, or even just people who just raised you in a parental way. And just celebrating them today, it's such an important day. And I wanted to just reach out to you all and welcome you to the Metaphysical Chapel, welcome you to my ministry here. And, every Sunday we gather at around 11 o'clock. We just kind of, just like the surf coming and going, we just make it happen. And I just celebrate you for being here on a Sunday morning, just sharing a little bit of your love and your light with me and helping to build community. While I'm thinking of it, if you wouldn't mind, especially those of you on Facebook, if you would, there's a little button called share, and if you will click that button and share that to your timeline, share it also to the different groups that you're a part of, and that will spread the light, spread the love, spread these teachings out into the world a little bit further, and it builds our community, and that's a good karmic act, I would think. So anyway, do that. Make sure you share this video as much as you can. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, thank you. I celebrate you. And I just ask, grab the URL up in the browser bar, drop that into your timeline somewhere on one of your social media platforms. Invite other people to come and be a part of this great experience and be a part of my channel. So, as we just make sure there we go. Make sure we get everything turned on and activated. But just wanted to just remind you all that this is a season of, it definitely is a season of pain, isn't it? We are in lockdown mode, shelter in mode. We are definitely taking precautions. We're being very cautious, which is very appropriate. And, with all of the tension in the world in different countries, different governments, different just conditions in general, these are points of pain, but they're really red flags for us. These are spiritual lessons in disguise. These are opportunities where we can recognize that the pain is building, the pressure is building in our lives, and at some point we have to decide, what are we going to be willing to live with, and what are we going to be willing to step out of? Right? What are we going to tolerate, and what are we going to embrace? Right? And so there's this beautiful little saying. I can't remember where it came from. I actually probably need to look that up. But it goes something like this. There comes a point when a beautiful flower bud has so much tension built up with all of those little petals and stamens and flora and things like that, and that little bitty flower head. And there comes a point where the pain and the pressure is so intense that it bursts open into something new, something beautiful. And I really think that the pain in our life, and actually I know it to be true, the Spirit's told me, I know that the pain in our life, the struggles in our life, really the times when our life is just a hot mess and we're surrounded by a bucket of crazy, right? All of that drama and all that tension and all the pain, those are signs. Those are your pain points. Those are your red flag moments. And that's the lightning in the dark clouds when it really hurts, right? And so if we will stop and take a breath and stop focusing out here with all the people, places, and things that are out of control, and if we'll just take a moment and just take a breath and go inside, right? Go inside. And just as we focus inward, now we can actually ask our higher self, ask the universe, what is my lesson? Why is all this crazy happening? And so we need to understand that we are in charge of our destiny. The universe definitely guides opportunities into our path, guides people into our path, businesses or careers or loves or things like that. But we're in charge of our destiny. And there's a declaration of principle that says we believe in personal responsibility in that we create our own happiness or unhappiness as we live in harmony or discord with natural, physical, and spiritual laws, right? And so at the very core of that is what? Personal responsibility. So with personal responsibility, my parent cannot solve my problems, shouldn't be solving my problems. It should be my responsibility, especially if I'm an adult or even a teenager. I need to be solving my own problems, right? I need to be focusing on bettering myself. I need to take charge and responsibility for my thoughts, my words, my actions on a daily basis. You know, sometimes when I'm teaching or in different locations, I will hear people say, well, you know, the universe told me I needed to do this. I could feel that spirit needed me to do this. And so I said it, I did it, I whatever. And you know what I say to that? I ain't buying it. I'm not buying it. We are personally responsible for what comes through our mind, our mouth, and our actions through our hands. And so we have to understand that we have been given a very precious and rare opportunity to incarnate as human beings on earth. We are eternal souls by our very nature, right? We're spirit first and human second. We're physical second. And so with that being said, we are responsible for the beauty or the burden we bring into the world. We're responsible for the pain or the love that we bring into the world, right? I heard one time from a friend of mine, and he said, ugly people have no flowers on their porch, but beautiful people are always surrounded by flowers. And I thought, oh, that's an odd thing to say. But the more I thought about it, it made sense. You know, have you ever been to a friend's home and their life is a mess and they're miserable and they're always complaining and gossiping and they're always struggling in life? Do you see flowers on their porch? Do they bring themselves flowers? Do they plant? Are they out in the garden enjoying life? Typically not. But think about the people in your life who are just incredibly kind and loving and positive and maybe spiritual. And isn't their home typically surrounded by beautiful things, beautiful flowers? You come to my home is surrounded by palm trees. Yes, I live in Florida, but palm trees, ixora, bromeliads, plumeria. I have butterfly bushes. I've got all kinds of things. I walk through my neighbor and I allow the neighborhood to bless me with a little bitty branch here and a little branch there. And I go home and say a little prayer, get some rooting compound, and I grow a little extra love and beauty from God in my garden. And so my garden is rich with all of the blessings of my neighborhood. But I love flowers. And you know, I heard a yogi once say, flowers are God smiling to us here on earth. And that really is true. When have you ever seen a flower and you thought, oh, that's disgusting? Technically, there is one flower in the world that has the most disgusting smell, right? But that's a whole nother story. But flowers in general are so incredibly beautiful, and they bring just a fragrance of joy and happiness and positivity. You know, probably if we could see the spiritual essence, if we had that gift of spirit, that gift of clear sight or psychic sight, we could probably see the emanations of spirit coming from nature, from the flowers, from the fruits and trees and vines and grasses and things. And I'm sure it would be incredibly beautiful, but can you imagine just the beautiful aura that we give off? And when we are of a higher vibration, when we step out of the misery of life, and when we recognize that our life is, you know, in the gutter, not working, and not advancing, and we begin to plant flowers in our life, right? And I'm saying that symbolically, but you could do it literally. But really, planting flowers around, really, the house that I'm building on rock, right? My home. Planting flowers in my life is speaking kindness to myself in the morning. When I wake up, I actually do say, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. I just took a breath. I have purpose on earth. And I'll say, sometimes I'll even speak to the angels. Angels, thank you for watching over me during the night. Thank you for taking me on a journey to learn and to teach or minister or heal. Whatever my dreams were about, I'll speak to Spirit about that, of the angels. And sometimes I may sense my loved ones in my dreams, and I'll say, thank you for visiting me. Thank you for that family reunion. You know, that's how I start my day in gratitude. And then I take a little a moment to just say some prayers, send out some healing for others. Then I go off and do a little meditation. Those are planting flowers in my life, right? Planting moments of higher vibration into my awareness, into my existence, and it raises my spiritual frequency, literally. As I go through the day, I have a healthy breakfast, and maybe I do an exercise routine. I work on some projects that will benefit myself and other people. I work on planning things for the future, for nonprofits, for churches. You know, those are spiritual actions. I go outside and I work in the garden. That's literally planting flowers, right? That's literally, I'm connecting to the earth, grounding to the earth. So I'm trying to create new beginnings. And that's really what every single day is about, putting one foot in front of the other, even if they're baby steps. Even if you take one step a day, and that's all you took, by the end of the year, you'd be 365 steps forward in the journey, the progression, the evolution of your soul. And that would be a beautiful thing, right? You would not be the same person you were 365 days prior, would you? So that's really what I want to talk about, is new beginnings. I want you to get that into your spirit today. I want you to recognize that no matter what you have done in your past, no matter what you've said in your past, no matter what you have been in your past, no matter where you are today, what matters is, what are you going to do to recognize in those moments of inner awareness, taking the time to get out from out here, listening to everybody and everything, television, Facebook, Instagram, the news, neighbors, family, and focus back here where personal responsibility begins, right? And when we focus in, we listen to our higher self, that inner spirit, that Christed consciousness. And when I listen within, I say, where do I need to be today? What do I need to do today? What is my lesson today? I'm dealing with XYZ, and I need to be aware. Make me aware. Guide the wisdom to me. Bring it forward through me. Where do I need to focus my efforts today? And you see, when we do that, we actually are starting a new beginning. We are breathing life into a new beginning, into a new tomorrow, really a new life, every single day. And it really is that simple. This may really just sound so incredibly basic, but some of the most difficult things to do are basic. And years ago, when I started to learn how to develop my spiritual gifts, right? And I remember the teachers telling me, Kevin, you need to meditate. And I thought, yeah, you're just saying that because everybody says it. You need to meditate. That'll help your gifts. That'll help you spiritualize yourself. Well, I thought I knew better, so for a good 5 years, I hardly ever meditated. But what I recognized was that my spiritual gifts, they were not evolving. And so I was frustrated in the challenge of evolution of my spiritual gifts, until one day I had the awareness when I went within, and I was just fussing with myself. I was annoyed. I wasn't further along. And I sat down, closed my eyes, and I thought, okay, let's give this stuff a work, this metaphysics stuff, and let's just see if we can make it work. And so I closed my eyes. I took a deep breath. I centered myself, and I said, universe, angels, whomever is listening, what is going on? I do not feel I'm evolving. And I'm so frustrated. I'm not seeing progress. And I heard back, you don't meditate. And I thought, ooh, was that me? Where did that come from? That was odd. You don't meditate. I thought, well, I know I don't meditate. I don't really want to. Well, you need to meditate. And I thought, okay, yes, I need to meditate. No, you need to meditate. And it just kept coming, and I thought, why do I keep saying this in my head? Well, it wasn't me. The thought wasn't there 60 seconds prior. It was spirit, the angels, it was the universe, the cosmic mind speaking to me, if you will, my higher self speaking to me, if you will, reminding me, take the time, take a breath, close your eyes, and go inward. You'll find the answer inside. There's a beautiful story. And basically the story goes something like this, that God wanted to hide the power from humanity, hide the awareness of divinity, things like that, somewhere in the universe. Looked all over, went to the quasars, near the black holes, near some of the amazing brand new galleries. The gallery, they are galleries of stars, aren't they? But the galaxies, the new galaxies, the ancient galaxies. And finally, God realized, you know what? I think I will hide the divinity of humanity within, because they're going to be looking everywhere else outside of themselves but within. And I just want you to recognize this. If you woke up this morning and you took a breath, that's because the universe still has a purpose for you in human form, right? If you woke up this morning and you're aware that you are awake, there is a reason for you to be awake and alive in human form. And that's because there are people, places, and things to go see, do, and be a part of. Your soul is needed as a very important ingredient in that recipe of life. You may be, through your very new beginning, you may be the blessing for someone else who is caught in a tornado of drama. And so as you walk your path and you cast your light, and you see somebody down on the ground, they're beaten down, they don't believe in themselves, they don't recognize the potential inside of them, that's your time to put your hand out and say, do you need a lift? Can I lift you up today? Can I inspire you today? What do you need from me today? And that's when you begin to share and uplift, and you begin to help other people. But remember this, we cannot help other people until we begin to help ourselves. You can't even love another person until you learn to love yourself. That's powerful. You are incapable of loving anybody deeply, fully, legitimately until you learn to sit by yourself and love yourself. That's so true. You know, when in the Holy Bible, Jesus would often, as he's walking around city to city and country to country, he'd come across people who had needs of healing. And he would often say to them something that was really peculiar. He'd say it in different ways. You know, usually they'd say, Jesus, please heal me, please heal me. And he will turn and he'd say to them, tell me what you really want. Or if they were silent and he came upon them, he would say, tell me what you need. And so, isn't that interesting? Jesus could clearly see these people needed healing. I'm sure they were very much in a very imbalanced state, because that we didn't have the medicines that we do today. And so, quite often, what Jesus was doing is he was asking these people, where is your mind? What is your awareness? That's what he was doing. Because if the mind and the awareness was not on healing of the body, mind, or spirit, Jesus would say, and so be it for you, and walk away. Because there were a few times where some of these people would say, I don't believe you can do what people say you can do. And Jesus would say, then have a nice day. And he would literally turn and walk away. He wouldn't heal them. And why is that? Because their mind was not in a state of receptivity. And I think that's really another part of the lesson today, is to recognize that we have to get our mind right. And our personal responsibility is a choice. Your happiness is a choice. Your misery is a choice. Children don't come out in the state of anger and misery. Babies are born in a state of joy and happiness, because they are the closest physical expression to the eternal spirit that we are, because they've just incarnated. They've just been born. And then over time, unfortunately, we, our families, our communities, and whatnot, we teach ourselves a lot of negative stuff. And we buy it, we program our minds. So we have to work on deprogramming the mind. We got to reformat, reboot. And I want you to think about this, because when we come upon people in life and we feel, you know what, I'm going to heal that person. I'm going to use my knowledge, my skills, my story, my awareness, my potentials to heal that person, because that's a good thing. That's what I have to do. Well, did you really clean your house first? I hope you did. You need to get yourself right. But when we come upon these people, and these people, we feel we have what these people need, we have to kind of ask and really drop a pearl or two of our wisdom to see, where are they mentally? Are they willing to receive our guidance, our wisdom, our teaching, our knowledge, our experience, our life story? Or could they really just care less? And if they really could care less, and if they don't believe, if they seem to not appreciate what we're trying to do or to say or to how we help, then just bless them. Walk away. Bless them on their journey, right? Because clearly they were not the person for you to serve today. And that's a sign from the universe. When there's a point of pain, there's a lesson in the moment. When the person tells you, no, I don't believe what you're saying is true, God bless you. And often you just keep walking. And sometimes you don't even need to say that. You can just say, have a nice day. And so that's how we do it. We don't need to get into an altercation or an argument or a teaching lesson where we, cram it down their throats because some religion told us to, because, I won't even go there. But we have to understand, we have to meet people where they are to lift them up. And it's just such a beautiful lesson, just the lesson of kindness. It's the fragrance of a flower, which is beauty and joy and kindness. And we have to be really the human embodiment of flowers. And so in our new beginnings, I really just want us to realize today that there is so much potential if we're willing to look at the firestorm, or the things not working, the things that hurt in our life, the things that just slow us down, maybe depress us or make us emotional. If we'll just look at those and begin to just gently, very gently analyze them. Well, why is it not working? Where did this come from in my life? Why am I thinking this way? Why do I feel this way? Why does my body react this way? Right? Something's happening. And just listen. Speak and listen. When Spirit speaks to me, it is not a voice necessarily, although I have heard voice before in my mind. It's more like a very gentle wind of knowing. It's almost like a pressure around me that very gently blows through me, and it feels as though the answer suddenly appears in my mind, or the inclination of a direction to go. Should I choose this option or this option? And one of the options, when I weigh them in my mind, I lift them up, create the image or the feeling, or I recreate that experience of either path or either opportunity. And one either becomes brighter, maybe one becomes suddenly a little darker and fades away, or one becomes a little more energetic and one becomes less energetic. That is like the wind of Spirit. It's a movement of energy, divine presence. That's how you can get your own answers from Spirit, from your higher self, from the universe. Very simple. And that's what I want you to recognize today, that you hold the potential for new beginnings. Don't worry about what you've done to anybody, to yourself, to society. Don't worry about what you've said or what you thought. It doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. There's no sin. There's no hell. There's only love in my ministry. And that is a teaching of the spirit world that I know to be true, right? They're not there to judge us. They're not there. The universe is not there to condemn us to a fiery place, which does not exist. The universe is a loving place in the higher realms of life. When we make our transitions, we find we are harshest critic. We become the judges of our own soul's journey in human form. And that's powerful to recognize. We hold the power. Don't call me asking me to pray to God for you or the universe for you. You go within and you take the personal responsibility to bring up whatever troubles you're experiencing to your higher self, to the universe, to the angels, and you ask for guidance and you affirm that you will receive it. Affirm it positively. Know that you're going to receive your answer, your guidance, your solution, your opportunity. And that's how new beginnings start, day by day. Little acts of kindness, planting those beautiful flowers around your house built on rock, right? Aren't you glad you came today? You built your house on rock. And I just celebrate you, and I just am so grateful for the opportunity to share a little bit of light every week with you all. I would like this morning to begin to move us into a healing vibration and to take a little time to really this Sunday morning just move us into a meditative healing state. And so I want you to, before we jump into the healing segment, do me a favor. If you are just joining us, please share these videos. Please share this video as like a live watch party, especially if you're on Facebook. Just click the little share button on the bottom left of this video, and you can post this to your timeline. You can also share it to all the groups that you're a part of, because you're going to be blessing them with all this love and light this morning. You're going to help them get their new beginnings with the new awareness of new potentials through this ministry. And if you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, just grab the URL in the address bar and copy it and then just paste it into any of your social media platforms. It helps us build a community of light workers and healers and people just trying to do good things in the world. We need more kindness. We need more good deeds in this world. Do you agree? Amen? And women? I agree. I affirm. Listen, let's go ahead and get ready for this segment. I can already feel the energy because I can feel this tingling. It's almost like little cobwebs beginning on my face. I can feel the presence of spirit. What I want to do is I'm going to find for us a beautiful meditative track. There you are. And we're going to sit for a few minutes. And I just want you to allow the vibrations of the beautiful music, allow the vibrations of my voice, and just allow the presence of the universe to connect with you, to align with you, because this is your new beginning today. Amen? All right, here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, for this beautiful healing meditational segment, just close your eyes. Just take a deep breath. One deep breath in and deep breath out. Center your mind in the awareness of the beautiful soul star that you are. Beautiful. Beautiful. And in this awareness, just recognize that Spirit is with you. Spirit is always with you. The universe loves you. The universe supports you because you are cradled in the arms of a loving universe. Your soul is pure and eternal, just like a newborn babe. Pure and eternal. You have always been pure and eternal. Yes, we may have made decisions that are not of the highest vibration, but today's your new beginning. And in this new beginning, know that there's a new tomorrow and a new next year. There's so much newness coming your way. Recognize that this beautiful vibration that's coming through the system today and that's I can just feel all around me. Recognize it's aligning you to the potentials and the powers that you are, the purpose that you bring. The universe supports you today. The universe loves you every day. From the past to the present to the future, you are loved. And I want you to take a deep breath in, pulling that beautiful universal light into your body temple. Beautiful. And let that breath out to Mother Earth. Let's do that again. Breathe in the light of God. Let that light out into the universe. Bless the universe with your light. Again, breathe the light into your body temple. Hold the light inside, breathing out all negativity, disharmony, discord. Let Mother Earth receive and neutralize that energy, leaving you in a state of powerful potential and purpose, leaving you in a state of beauty, a state of high vibrational light and love, because you are loved, because this universe is here for you. Recognize that the beautiful vibrations that you feel around you, within you, coming to you, are divine guidance. And I want you to remember this feeling. Remember this feeling, because this is the universe connecting with you. And each day, in every moment, in every way, call upon that vibration again. Sit in gratitude, thank the universe for another beautiful day, and ask for guidance and wisdom to be aware of the opportunities and how you can make yourself, build yourself, transform yourself into a new you with your new beginnings. And I affirm this truth, I affirm this beautiful healing meditation. We are restored to a state of wholeness and balance and harmony. Beautiful perfection, divine soul stars that we are. And just take another deep breath in, pulling in that light, holding the light inside, breathing out to the universe a bunch of love and just gorgeousness. Maintain that in your body temple, and just begin to come back to the awareness of your chair or your couch or the bed that you sit upon. The space that you are in. Come back to the space. Come back to your body. Come back to your body. Be aware of your feet, your hands. Begin to move them. Move your head. And open those beautiful eyes. Welcome back, my friends. And I just celebrate you today. I celebrate just all of the gorgeousness that you bring to the world. Never forget, no matter what you have done, said, or thought in the past, it doesn't matter. Today's a new day, a new beginning. And we get to choose, through personal responsibility, how we're going to treat today, to treat these opportunities, these points of pain. Are we going to be overcome or enveloped or hidden into that darkness of those dark clouds? Are we going to become ignorant in our life because we're not willing to look at the opportunities around us? Those dark cloud moments are really a spiritual lesson in disguise, because the sun of God shines behind the dark clouds in our lives and creates a silver lining. And I want to encourage you to go out there and find the spiritual lesson. Find your silver lining. And until next Sunday, have a beautiful week. I love you. We'll see you soon.